All right, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to On Stage. My name is Bukeka, and you know I go by Bukeka Style. And today we have an amazing interview with an actor that I just love and adore. But besides that, let me tell you a little bit about him. His name is Gideon Madison. He is an actor and model with a lifelong passion for theater and film. Gideon aspires to create inspirational experiences through his performances. In his hometown of Kansas City, Missouri, he has been immersed in the theater scene, receiving training in hand to hand combat, tactical work, sword fighting, and stunt work. Some of his most notable projects include Memphis and After Midnight in the Black repertory of Kansas City, the Laramie Project with the Barn Players, with one of his most recent engagements into the world of immersive theater. He played the lead character of Maximilian in The Haunt, Exiled Rose Crooked Woods, 2024, directed by Darren Lynn Bousman of the Saw franchise. So we have an amazing actor. He's going to give us much more detail about the work that he's done in Kansas City. But at this time, everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Gideon Madison.
Thank you so much, Bukeka. I appreciate you having me on your platform and having a chance to talk about myself as an actor and artist. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's my pleasure, sir. It really is. And, you know, the fact that you have done so much work in the Kansas City area and you're broadening your horizons more and more every day, it seems like.
Yes, I'm trying my best. One thing about this business I love the most is collaborating with fantastic artists with great grand visions that I can just be a part of and contribute to and be a vessel for. Yeah, I just see myself as a vessel for storytelling and for stories. So that's just what I love to do the most. So that's really the beauty of this work.
And it is beautiful. And you do such an amazing job doing the work. And so I'm really excited for people to get to know who you are and for you to be able to tell others about the experience that you've had to help them as well, because I know that that's a part of your passion, even though
Yes,
you are an actor that is still on the rise. You still have so much to share and to help people on their rise in their career. So let's
exactly.
just get into some of these wonderful experiences. In the bio, your bio mentions having a lifelong passion for theater and film. So at what point did you find that you really wanted to pursue this as a career?
All right. Well, let's get into it. So I started acting, I was about 14 or 15. When I was 14, I did a screen acting class with Wright Laird here in Kansas City. She's very great. If people are looking for classes, people looking to get casted for things, she is a phenomenal person, phenomenal woman. And that was kind of me dipping my toe in. My passion for acting really stems from my family. They are very big fans of movies and film and TV. And my mother was an actress. She was in commercials, did theater and everything. And they're always really supportive and wanting me to give it a shot. So when I got into high school, I made a decision that I wanted to try something and really, really try to be a part of something because before, I had all these interests, mostly in pop culture and everything. And, I didn't know what my thing was. So it took me a while to figure that out. But by the time sophomore year came around, I kind of did that class, and I was thinking, I was like, maybe I could do something with this. So I auditioned for the fall musical at the time, which was Shrek the Musical, and that was a truly life-changing experience for me. Getting to see um, my upperclassmen perform, going to audition for the first time, and going, and I feel like I was really entering into a whole different world that I hadn't seen before, and I hadn't sang in front of people or danced or did anything like that, but I I thought it would be a good entry point. So I ended up getting on the ensemble, and I was cast as pig number one, one of the three little pigs, and even that silly fun show about letting your freak flag fly and being yourself and having love for your peers and people like you and finding your people. It felt like it was a representation of what I was doing, coming into a space with this vibrant personalities and people that love what they do so much and are unapologetically themselves. So like that was kind of my entry point. And I think when I made the decision is probably our student matinee performance where I actually got to perform in front of our classmates for the first time, and that was really where I felt like I was really, truly a part of something bigger than myself for the first time. So that kind of planted the seed for me. And I kept at it, kept auditioning, went on to do lead roles and all types of stuff. I was heavily involved in the theater department after that because I saw um, just what my peers were doing and how great they were at what they did. And I felt I wanted to climb to their standard and really um, be the best actor I could be. And yeah, so my old high school was North Kansas City High School, Northtown Hornets, and I owe a lot to that theater department. I owe a lot to my old theater director, Randy Jackson. He believed in me a lot, and I really appreciate that time I had. So yeah, that was basically the when I decided. Yeah.
Right. And I'm so glad that you mentioned about, the educators that supported you because that's so important. When
Yeah.
people pour into you, recognize your talent, and continue to nurture that. Because in some instances that doesn't happen, and those
Mhm.
careers that could have been vibrant and alive get squashed because they just didn't have a person that believed in them or that could see the potential. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that for you educators that are out there. When you see that brilliant student in your classroom, notice them, give them some
Yes.
extra attention, and you don't have to, blast them out in front of everybody, but just give them some extra love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When
Yes.
you see that talent. Um, Now you've performed in notable theater productions like Memphis and the Laramie Project. What are the key differences for you as an actor when moving from musical to a dramatic stage production?
Yes. Those projects are very near and dear to my heart. Memphis was put on by the Black Repertory of Kansas City, head head of head led by Dameron Armstrong. Very amazing man. My old theater director actually helped me get on the ensemble of that show right out of high school. So that was my introduction to professional theater, and I really loved that experience. And um, I got to work with union actors for the first time on that, and you know, it was definitely really scary because I felt like I had to really prove myself as an actor and everything, and because I was so young compared to everyone else, and they had been doing it for decades, a lot of them, and are triple threats, can act, sing, dance. And I look at myself primarily as just as an actor. I can do a little bit of the other two. But like I really admire musical actors in particular because it's really hard. It is a really hard medium to dive yourself into, and to really, because all those different aspects, those three different aspects all come together to make a performance. And musicals, you know being led by musical numbers, and that's the main catalyst of the story. of the storytelling throughout that. So that they put an emphasis on the numbers and everything like that. And then there's the dialogue in between that leads to the next number. Could be about a particular character, what they're going through, and and everything. So that's really like where the key difference from musical is. And then going into dramatic stuff, like the Laramie Project, um, a little background on that project in particular, that was directed by Ashton Botts, really great woman as well. Um, that was a different experience for me because actually there was a common thread with the story. It's because it's a real life story about Matthew Shepard in Wyoming and his brutal killing, and he was discriminated against for his sexuality, and based on a true story. So I'm playing real people, and as an actor, I always love playing real people, because it's really grounded in reality, and being able to tell a story that is so impactful to others, and people care about these people like Matthew Shepard and everything like that. Like, um, Ashton actually got to go out to Wyoming herself, and she got to meet Father Roger Schmidt, who was a character in the play, and basically, she was getting more context on the story, trying to see what she can add to the story at large to really honor it, and which I really respect. Any artist that takes that amount of time to go to where the story happened, if it was a real life event, and find the people that were involved, like that is amazing work. I encourage any artist to do that if they can. But she went out there, got more context, and then actually got us on a Zoom call with Father Roger Schmidt, and we got to talk to him, and he basically gave his blessing to put on the play, and said, you know, I give you I give you all my blessing to put on this show and to tell our story in a true way. And that was really the first time I felt so connected to a piece for the first time. And as you continue to do different projects, you start to realize that the significance of the stories that we're telling, and really what it means. And the Laramie Project is such a beloved story, especially people from Wyoming. And a movie was made on it, everything like that. So that was a really unique experience. And both, I would say, the similarities. Sometimes you'll have to play multiple characters, play a different role to like tell the story, because we usually there's around like a dozen actors, and both of those pieces I actually got to uh play multiple characters and do this and that. I played, in the Laramie Project, I played Russell Henderson, who was actually an accomplice to that murder, um, as well. And I got to play a student that was interviewed, one of the interviewers themselves. So, um, when it comes to telling a story, you're gonna have to step up to the plate and uh, fill in those gaps for the characters that need to be told. But from musical being mainly led through music, and storytelling through music, and then um, plays being more dialogue based, and really about the characters and their relationships, just from a dialogue standpoint. But yeah, Laramie Project was great. It was during the COVID era. We streamed it as well. We weren't able to have a whole bunch of shows during that time. We actually had to wear clear masks on stage and perform. We had, like, I think maybe two audiences, and we streamed the rest. It was a very unique experience, but yeah, there's just some of the differences between those. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know, one of the things that you were saying in terms of being immersed in the experience and how that impacts you, not just as an actor, but impacts you personally. I mean, you really have to have an expanded view, or cause yourself to have an expanded view of the world and yourself, I would take it.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And really, um pieces like plays and musicals are so much bigger than just an individual actor or person. It's so much bigger than you. And I like to take on every story, and with that mindset of this is so much bigger than me, so much grander than me. All the ideas and motivations of these characters within it, like it's so much bigger. And really, I always like to take that into account and honor each story as much as I can whenever I decide to take it on. Yeah.
Right, right.
Should be you in here. My favorite chemistry teacher, Mr. Heisenberg. Real life Walter White. Say my name.
You been thinking about what we talked about?
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to find another way out, you know what I'm saying? I've seen this movie before. It don't end good.
Check out the full episode of OnStage on Fave Unite TV. We think you'll love the short films, podcasts, and other amazing content on Fave Unite TV. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Fave Unite TV. We're here for Black stories and Black storytelling, showcasing the culture 24/7, 365 on Fave Unite TV.